What is going on, guys? Mr. Basie here, and today we're going to be doing some more Seduce Me 2, the Demon War, picking up right where we left off. And if you guys remember, we did pick up right where the, I guess, sex scene was going to happen. I mean, we know it's probably going to. The reasoning behind it is not the same, of course. You know, we didn't get a visit from Saro and whatnot. I'm not sure if that happens just yet from the previous one. We're not even going to see that anyway. But the reasoning for us doing so is not going to be, for the same reasons. But we're probably going to do it anyway just because we want to. So we're going to jump right into it and see what craziness has in store for this time. Because remember, if you remember the beta, that was some weird stuff. I mean, it wasn't weird, but it was weird for me. But it was pretty intense. I was like, wow, this is kind of up there in terms of, suggested sex and whatnot, but it was pretty crazy. So anyway, we're going to get into it and see what we have today. I do apologize. There was a big gap in time. Some stuff was going on in my personal life, so hopefully you can forgive that, but hopefully I can get back into this full force. I really, really want to, because Seduce Me is right now one of my favorite story mode games, right alongside Life is Strange, which is my all-time favorite. I love that one. And probably Walking Dead too, but and apparently there's a third one coming out soon, so third season, so I'm going to get on to that. But moving on in terms of this, so here we go. I walked into the room and let out a sigh. Today was tough, and I could tell it was only going to get much tougher later in the week. I felt my feet slide across the floor in exhaustion, not used to the strenuous work I had to do. You mean pretty much nothing? I mean, what does she do? She sits at home pretty much. So going from that to what she just did is probably pretty ridiculous. I sat down on the bench in front of the fireplace, staring into the flames as I let relaxation finally hit my body. The warmth of the fire gave me a dull sense of calm, causing me to sigh and lean back against the bench.
You have done well, child.
You were watching? Oh, I hope he didn't see nothing, because we were doing some twirls and stuff, and I don't really know what our garb looks like. It could be like a little skirt or whatever, so he best not have seen nothing. What angle were you viewing from, good sir? Huh? You again. Frickin' dragon in my dome piece.
Fear not. I come to observe you as you observe me.
He's the flames? That's not evil at all. I tilted my head, confused as to what the voice meant. I looked around and scoured the room before turning my gaze back to the fire. Within it, I could barely make out the outline of eyes, which caused me to freeze in my spot. Dude. What do you mean freeze in your spot? Do you know how fast my cheeks would be flapping in the wind, dude? None of that. What is this? This isn't delicious at all. I was waiting for some deliciousness. This isn't delicious. It's gross. The hell? You're on fire? You're on fire?
I am a flame, but I am not the fire you gaze upon.
Well then.
I merely look through it to judge you, and the one named Maurice.
I merely looked through it to judge you. Like, what do you mean? I don't even know you, dude. Freaking weirdo. You're judging us? Why? For what?
That will be known soon.
Dude.
When the time is right, the one destined to take my power will be tested.
Fabulous? Fuck? Dude, I don't know if I want that power. I mean, you're literally sitting in flames. That doesn't sound good to me. I stared into the fire, lost and confused. Why were we being judged? Was this some sort of trick by the Demon Lord? As I thought of that, the flame intensified slightly.
The Demon Lord, an evil being of this world. He is a curse plaguing this land.
Dude, are you like the devil or something? Because I recently found out that the demon world is not actually hell. There's actually hell as well. So that's freaking confusing enough. But this dude does not look friendly at all. You hate the Demon Lord as well?
He is not worthy of life, but I care not enough to rise from the darkness to rid the world of him myself.
Oh my god. He doesn't care enough? Fucking, basically, he's just lazy. That's what I'm getting from that sentence. He's just lazy. He's too lazy to rise from the darkness to rid the world of the Demon Lord himself. He's too busy baking his buns in the flames. What do you mean?
I have been generous with you, child. You must now be patient.
I'm talking to fire. How much more patient can I be? Before I could even think to protest, the eyes hidden within the flames vanished and the voice disappeared from my mind, as if it were part of a dream I had awoken from. Sam probably is coming in. That's probably why he dipped out like that. I shook my head and rubbed it, taking it in. Some sort of spirit or guardian was watching over us. Apparently, it seemed to be strong enough to defeat the Demon Lord himself. Was it possible? Even more so, it was going to test one of us to take its power. My mind instantly went to Sam. There was no reason for me to be the one to be tested, so it had to be him. How would he be tested, though? I shook my head. This was too confusing to think about right now. However, as I sat back and let my mind reorganize itself, I suddenly realized something. Where was Sam? Probably training. Why you? I mean, it's not that big of a worry, right? I stood and walked to the door, opening it and peeking out into the hall. Sam was nowhere in sight. This is a big-ass castle and an even bigger, like, courtyard outside. Why did you expect to see him in that one hallway? She's so surprised by it, too. Like, that's just where he hangs out. It's like his chill spot. What the? Sam was really late in coming back. From what we discussed, he should have been back or at least on the way. However, the distance to their training area was not that far. I began to wander the halls, trying to find where they were. Luckily, Sam made a lot of noise. Gross.
Fuck you!
Well then. Sam! I rushed to... Everyone's always fighting in this room. I rushed towards the noise, stopping at an open door, peering in. I gasped as I saw the war room in disarray as everyone seemed to hug the walls, watching the chaos that was breaking in the middle of the room. Is it Diana and them again, man? Oh, you're naked. Wait, no, you're not. Okay. I was like, hold the phone. You don't have pants. But I was confused. What's that button again? H? There it is. That's a nice picture of it. Who is he? Oh, he's fighting Saro? Jeez, your dome looks like an egg, bro. Sam and Saro were clashing sword to spear with Sam's face full of rage and Saro's expression void of any emotion.
You're too slow. Faster.
Oh. What? He's giving you constructive criticism, Sam. You don't gotta be rude. Now I realize why he said fuck you.
Want me to go faster? Fine.
Gross. Before my eyes, Sam and Saro became barely visible shadows through the air, Dragon Ball Z style. Their weapons clanged rapidly, almost like multiple bullets crashing at once as they arced toward one another. What was going on? And here I was thinking we were about to, like, actually go ahead and do it. Now, this is way more badass as far as I'm concerned. The incubi and the wives moved toward the door to join me, still watching the fight.
Sam was about to leave for the night, but then that jerk-ass Saro called him a weak coward. Well, you know how Sam is. He did actually try to walk away, but then Saro said that the war was his fault.
Oh.
So that got this whole shitstorm started. I've been at it ever since.
But see, that's kind of where I'm confused. Maybe you guys can enlighten me in the comments. Maybe there's something I may have missed from the first game, because like I feel like Diana was really after James, unless the whole point of it was Diana was after whoever I was with at the time, because that may be true. Then I would understand, because if that's the case, then the scenario is basically the same. But if she's only after James in the first game, and we were with James, of course, then I could see us getting together being a problem or being the cause of the war. But you know, if that's not the case and she wasn't after Sam, then why is it our fault, really? Anyway. The hell? I looked back to Saro and Sam, still unable to make either of them out as they clashed and fought. My eyes locked on Diana, seeing her lean against the far wall with crossed arms. As I examined her, her eyes seemed to follow the fight almost masterfully. Was she able to see what the hell was happening despite their lightning speed? Why was she just watching anyway? I mean, probably. She's probably getting off on this in the corner, just watching with her golden eyes. Sam, stop it.
Keep at it, Seto. Don't let him stop.
Oh, shit. Fuck me then, right? Shen, why do I even talk? What the hell? I ran over to Diana despite her not taking her eyes off the fight. Why aren't we stopping this, Diana? No particular reason. Attack Diana? Damn, that's pretty harsh. Can't we just like bitch slap her or something? Wait and watch. I trust Sam. I'm gonna trust Sam's ability to not get scrubbed up, okay? We're gonna wait and watch. But we're gonna save first. That's my fail safe. So there we go, wait and watch. I still wasn't understanding. Why was I not getting an answer? I turned my gaze to the fight, desperate to try and see what Diana wanted me to witness.
Are you that weak, Incubus?
Oh.
You haven't landed a blow on me once.
Damn, you're trying to get sliced up, kid?
Shut your fucking mouth!
Maybe he's testing him or something.
Like father, like son.
Oh shit, he's gonna get pissed. I didn't understand why Saro was edging him on and insulting him, but Sam seemed up for the battle regardless of the fact, using the insult as inspirational rage. This dude's fucking eyeballs are gonna pop out of his skull, he's so pissed. His freaking blood pressure's way too high. However, from the faint outline of Sam that I could see, I noticed something off about him. He was surrounded by a heavy green and red mixed aura. The more I watched, the more the aura seemed to build and take shape around Sam's body. I couldn't tell what it was, but it looked almost alive.
Enough!
What? Okay. At once, Sam and Saro slid to opposite sides of the open space, panting and gasping for air. Around Saro was a faint white light that was diminishing with each breath he took. Around Sam, however, was a clear view of tense red and green aura. What the heck, you the Grinch or something? It seemed to flicker around Sam like flames, but it didn't seem to die even with the battle being over.
What the hell? What is that?
Saro.
Why do you always look surprised? Diana pushed off the wall and walked to Saro, wrapping an arm around him and making him gasp at the gesture. Oh, you getting a boner, bro? He looked to her in shock as she turned to Sam with a hard gaze.
It would seem that we have much to do before the siege.
What are you talking about? Diana seemed to ignore my question as she turned and began to walk towards the room's exit with Saro in her arm. Was she referring to boning? Because she's like, we have much to do, and then she just left with him. The heck? Sam, on the other hand, dropped to the floor and sat back against the wall, trying to calm down. Instinctively, I rushed over to him, like she was just getting worked up over that fight. And once the fight was over, she's like, okay, we're doing this, okay? I'm ready for you. Sam shut his eyes as he forced himself to take deep breaths. Each one seemed less labored than the last, but I could tell that he was working to calm his rage. Sam? Oh, that was him. I stole your line, bro. Sorry. The aura around Sam finally seemed to die down before Sam let out a heavy sigh and pressed his back against the wall. I could tell that exhaustion was weighing on him heavily, so I simply sat beside him, waiting.
Sam, what is going on?
Dude.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you good, bro?
Sam, you had a weird aura around you.
That was just my blood pressure.
I said I don't know.
Do you hear the voice too, my dude? Is the dragon in your head as well? It's a big-ass dragon. It's in my head and in your head at the same time? Shit. Sam closed his eyes and pressed his back against the wall, letting his head drop to his chest. He genuinely didn't know what was going on, but I became concerned. Why was his aura so strange? My thoughts ran to the voice from the flame. Was this the start of whatever test he had in mind? Why were Diana and Saro involved, though? Sam finally opened his eyes and looked to me. His irises flashed gold at the sight of me, but quickly returned to emerald green as he let out a sigh. Are you good? Like, seriously? I needed to know if he was okay. I watched, however, as Sam let out another sigh, closed his eyes, and didn't reply. What? My worry increased, but soon enough Sam simply stood up. I stood as well, with a frown. We're all pissed, like, he didn't answer me. Sam gently took my hand and walked to lead me out of the room.
Hey, hold on.
You just want the energy, don't you?
Shut up, Squirt.
Get shit on, Matthew.
Squirt, what the hell?
Matthew, hey, chill.
I looked back to see Norrin and Damien holding Matthew back from pouncing at Sam, but I continued with Sam out of the room. As we walked down the hall, I looked to Sam, seeing the exhaustion in his eyes grow heavier and heavier. He had used a lot of energy. I wrapped my arm around him and guided him back to our room, sitting in bed and eventually flopping back onto it with me. As he let out a relaxed grunt, I kissed his cheek. Everything good, bruh?
Yeah, just exhausted. Man, fuck that guard.
Oh my goodness. I smiled and hugged him, ushering him to wrap his arms around me and kiss my forehead. What the... He had a long day, and you're saying, oh, kiss my sweaty ass forehead. That's how I want you to complete your day, because we just got done too, pretty much, right? I'm sure we're not...
Really has been weird, though.
What? Too much sweat on my dome? I agree. Both of us went silent as we became lost in thought. I knew Sam was trying to determine what happened, but I was concerned over what the voice in the flame said and how that reflected on Sam. The nightmare I had made a little more sense, but why was I involved? Sam and I went to bed that night, both unsure of what was going on and mildly fearful of what was happening. We couldn't speak about it without knowing all of the pieces. We both knew better than to take stabs in the dark. It's also not effective. It's just like a light, yeah, whatever. My night was uneventful, but my morning wasn't the same. What? Damn, that quick? Shit, all right. Wait, never mind. That freaking intense-ass music. I didn't expect to wake up with a hand over my mouth, with an arm tight around my waist. I tried to focus my vision, but as the sensation of my situation set in, I gasped and struggled to see who was keeping me captive. Oh my, Saro, what are you doing? I stared wide-eyed, seeing Saro staring ahead of us as he kept my mouth shut and held me against him with his other arm. What was even stranger was that he was using his holy magic, disabling me to use any of my energy to fight back. This isn't good. What the hell? Looked ahead of us to see a sight I never wanted to see. Diana straddling over Sam's waist as he slept. What are you doing? And you don't have clothes, so this is detrimental right now. looking down at him with pure concentration. She never has clothes. What was she doing now? Pure concentration? What are you, like, really struggling to make this happen? Did this have something to do with what happened last night?
Patience, child.
That's coming out of you, Diana? What is wrong with you? You said something wrong with you, girl. I froze at the sound of the voice in my head. The voice was on this act too?
She's merely following instructions. No harm will come to him.
Pardon? That's not promising. Struggle? I'm saving. I'm gonna save first. Man, I don't know what I want to do. I mean, I don't trust this freaking flame eye dude. I mean, would you trust a flame eye dude? I don't. I wouldn't. Definitely would not. Nothing's gonna happen if we struggle. Don't we have like zero energy, dude? All right, we're gonna struggle. I would be struggling, to be honest. Like, if it was me and I was in that situation, the person that I was with was like right next to me, I'd be like, "What the fuck's going on, man? get off of me." I would struggle. So let's do that. I didn't care. This was beyond wrong. Whatever the hell Diana wanted to do to Sam, I started to struggle in Saro's arms, but he tightened his hold on me, making me freeze against him.
You have fire within you, but now is not the time to release it.
I feel like Lisa is kind of like overlooking the fact that it probably is going to be her who's tested. Like, it's probably not Sam. Diana let out a small sigh before pressing her index finger into the top of her head. Into the top of her head? You've literally penetrated your dome piece with your own finger and dragging it down her face. She's splitting her face in half, between her eyes and all the way down to her crotch. She has literally cut herself in half at this point. What the? That is what I would be saying too. I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? This lady has literally just killed herself. The line that formed on Diana's skin seemed to grow and envelop her body in a strange purple light, changing her skin and almost shrinking her form. Gross. As the magic finally settled and faded away, I gasped at the sight. Diana's new body was my own, only without clothes. Scandalous. Every curve, every crevice of her body matched mine, and even the voice that came out of her mouth perfectly mirrored my own. Weird. Sam, wake up. Don't even tell me. Did someone ring my doorbell? I don't care. It felt nauseous. Or I felt nauseous watching her run her fingers along Sam's hair, just like I would. How the hell did she know anything about how Sam and I interacted intimately? This was creepy and gross, and I felt myself naturally struggle against Saro to be free. Dude, Saro, don't you love this woman? Like, you're just letting her bone? My dude? Like, what's going on here, man? You're watching. What are you some weirdo? Sam's eyes fluttered open and adjusted to the sight of me, straddling over his hips. As Diana gave him my perfect smile. Were you complimenting yourself? Freaking asshole. I mentally panicked. What was he going to do? Would he fall for this ruse? No way. There was no way. Sam's eyes trailed up and down Diana's body, just like how he would with me whenever he saw me without clothes. My heart was breaking a bit at the sight, but he thinks it's you, girl.
Get the fuck off me.
Well, okay, what is, well then. Jeez. I think it's because Diana weighs a little bit too much. She's definitely, I think we're of a much more petite frame, at least from what I remember from the first game. I haven't seen a single picture of her in this game. I gasped as Sam suddenly sat up, gripping Diana's neck, and began to squeeze. Instinctively, Saro tightened his hold on me, most likely struggling to obey previous commands to stay put.
What the fuck do you think you're doing, bitch?
Oh my goodness. Hope Sam was wearing pants. Ugh, Sam, stop. A large part of me felt relieved that Sam could see whatever illusion Diana threw on herself. The smaller part of me began to fear Diana's neck being snapped because of it. She continued to act like me to perfection as she gripped Sam's wrists. It was mildly scary to see Sam holding Diana, who looked like a copycat of me. In a strange, messed up way, it was like watching a movie where I was a character in the scene, watching the man I loved act with the actress playing me. I'm confused. The more I watched Sam crush Diana's neck, the more I could imagine him doing that to me, which made me fearful. He would never hurt me, but to see it happening to someone who looked and acted like me was another thing.
If this is some kind of fucked up joke to you, I will end you right now.
Oh shit. Damn, don't get scrubbed on like that, Diana. Don't you do it. Diana began to cry, almost likely losing air from Sam's death choke on her. As she coughed, her body began to quake from lack of oxygen. Oh my god, he's actually just like literally crossing her off. Please, Sam, it's me.
Shut the fuck up!
Oh, he don't give a shit. Oh, What happened? You just punch her? Sam released a hand from Diana's neck and pushed into her stomach, lifting her off of him and shoving her off of his lap and against the far wall. Diana crumpled against the floor, curling herself over as she coughed violently and shook from the pain that obviously racked through her. Sam, however, jumped out of bed and walked to Diana, glaring down at her.
You're not her. Where is she, Diana?
Damn. He must know how her hips feel or something. Diana looked up at him, tears rushing down my eyes, as she gripped her neck. Sam, it's me. Stop it, please. Sam quickly lifted his foot, causing Diana to flinch and cover herself with her hands over her head, bracing for impact. While I expected Sam to fall for Diana's trick at the sight of my weakness, he let the kick he was charging up fly into Diana's stomach, slamming her against the wall. He didn't stop, however, slamming his foot again into her, rebounding her against the wall like a soccer ball. Oh my god. Damn. Oh wait, that's her. I keep stealing people's lines in this, man.
Where is she?
Damn. Holy shit. Your leg must be skinny as hell. It sounds like a whip. My body began to quake at the sight of Sam kicking Diana, who very much continued to act like me, despite the barrage of pain Sam was inflicting on her. This was messed up and wrong. Why was Diana doing this? Why was she letting this happen?
She is following my instructions as I demand.
Diana, you good? You in cahoots with this dragon piece? Fuck your directions. I began to grow fearful of Sam, instinctively placing myself in Diana's place. It was only natural since she was acting like me right now. Deep in my heart, I knew Sam would never do this to me. But the fear began to fester at the sight of him beating down an image of me.
Fear not, child. He knows very well who he is attacking. I can hear his heart crying as yours is now.
What's the point of all this, dude? What do you mean, bruh?
He despises doing this, but you have become priority over fusion. He pretends to see the succubus as she really is, as he tries to get his answer.
Jeez.
A truly interesting
I shut my eyes. Diana was doing a job and Sam obviously saw through it. He wasn't attacking me, he was attacking Diana for tricking him and assuming she was hiding me from him. I only opened my eyes again to see Sam lift Diana by the throat and pin her to the wall, forming a sword in his free hand and lining the tip between her eyes. Yo! Even with the blade mere inches away from her face, Diana continued the act, crying and shaking in fear. Amorous.
I will kill you!
I guess that is him. I keep stealing her line. Maybe it's because I feel like she's pretending to be us, that for some reason I'm thinking like that's my line for some reason. Within a blink, the hold on me vanished and Sam flew back from Diana, releasing her and slamming into the far wall. I crumpled to the ground and quickly looked up to see Saro holding Diana close to his side, and his form emanated a holy white aura. His eyes burned intense, deadly hatred as a white-tinted magical barrier surrounded his and Diana's bodies.
Enough!
Jeez. So you were wearing pants. Good. Sam shook his head and jumped up, but at the sight of the real me, he instantly dropped his sword and tackled me, wrapping his arms around me and hugging me tightly. You're gonna tackle me? That's your first instinct?
Holy shit! You're okay!
Sam! I stared into his shoulder, feeling him shake violently as he held me. My body couldn't help but shudder with him, feeling every ounce of his love as he gripped me tightly. He knew he's gonna snap you in half, girl. You best be careful. He knew where his heart belonged, and it led him back to me, even with unbelievable odds attempting to sway him. I wrapped my arms around Sam and buried my face into his shoulder, nodding to him. I'm right here, Sam. Sam refused to let go, digging his fingers into my shirt and pulling me even closer to... He's gonna snap my ass in half! Pulling me even closer still to his chest. I could feel his heartbeat pound against his chest as he pressed me against him, or he's just gonna absorb us like Majin Buu or some shit. I, however, peeked over Sam's shoulder to see Diana shift back from my image to her own form, collapsing against Saro. With ease, Saro lifted Diana into his arms like she was a bride. He loves doing that. This is like he does. That's like his signature move or something. Who had fainted, but continued to glare at the back of Sam's head. Finally, Sam lifted his head and looked at Saro, growing a glare of his own.
Tell that bitch to stay away from me if she wants to keep breathing.
Damn.
I can hear you, brute.
Yeah, right. You didn't bash her you didn't bash her head in. She's still good, bro. Tell Sam the truth. Let him speak against Diana. Why would we not tell him the truth? Let's go back. and save. I'm going to use up every single save spot that is available in this game. Hopefully there's hundreds, because I feel like that might be how many times we save. Sam was completely right to be angry. He had every right to want her to stay away from him. However, he also deserved to know the truth of why they did what they did. Sam, they had to. Sam looked at me with a confused look mixed with anger, still emanating from his rage at Diana, no doubt. I gripped Sam's shoulders and forced him to fully face me. There's this voice that keeps saying, "You're being tested." It said that Diana and Sarah were following its orders and testing you. I knew I was making little to no sense, but it was the truth of the matter. Sam had to believe me. His eyes continued to flood with confusion, making me worried.
She's telling the truth.
Why are you in on this, man?
I didn't ask you, bitch.
Damn.
She doesn't need your permission to speak, mutt.
Sam closed his eyes and pressed his lips together, most likely taking in what I had said, before he nodded to me and turned back to glare once again at Saro and Diana.
Why?
Saro continued to glare at Sam in silence, but Diana lifted her head and looked to Sam from Saro's arms.
Because it said it will ensure our victory.
Why do you trust this thing? Did it, like, promise you even bigger boobs or something? Like, why do you trust this thing at all, man? Sam raised an eyebrow, slowly starting to believe that this was a false reason, but I held his arm, looking to him in hope and earnest. Sam took a moment to look at me before sighing and shaking his head.
What said that?
The flame eyes! like we don't sound crazy enough already, right? The flame eyes said it, Sam!
Some
My goodness.
powerful being. I don't know why, but I can feel that this being is more powerful than any of us.
Dude, can we just address him for who he is? Because as far as I know right now, he's flame eyes.
Is that it?
It happens to be so. Diana nodded and rested her head on Saro's chest, causing him to hug her body against him, which I'm sure he enjoys, for obvious reasons.
They won't speak its name, but we're certain we'll find out what it is.
Sam nodded before looking to the ground.
Can you go now?
Man, that was intense, dude. Without another word, Saro walked out of the room with Diana most likely to help her recover from the training day ahead, and we know what that entails.
I'm going to kick the shit out of him in training.
Oh shit. At last, we were alone. I let out a sigh and wrapped my arms around Sam, laying my forehead against his shoulder. You good?
No, I'm not. Whatever this thing that keeps testing me is, it got you involved.
Sam wrapped his arms around me and buried his head in my hair, letting out an aggravated sigh.
I'm sorry. Diana was pretending to be you, and I just...
I could hear the regret in his voice, slightly breaking my heart. I knew deep down that he would never hurt me and that he was just trying to find me. I was wise enough to know the reason for his anger. It's good, bruh. Are we gonna bone now? Sam was distraught, and I needed to ease his worries. I understood him perfectly. I hugged Sam to me and kissed his cheek as he trembled in my arms. He wrapped his arms back around me and simply let silence pass between us.
Fuck is going on?
I have no idea, dude. Flame eyes. He's up to something. I didn't know what to say, so I simply held him until it was time to train. The whole time? Shit. I would have gotten tired just freaking holding on to him the whole time. He just walks us out to our training area and drops us off. I'll see you later, honey. I went to the Grand Hall, knowing Saro would either be there, expecting me, or would arrive there shortly after me. Nevertheless, I was ready to train again with him. That's what I'm talking about. What I didn't expect was seeing Saro and Diana in the room. Oh. I quickly ducked. Did they take my idea from the previous game? Did they make this into the bedroom? Because this would be a bitchin' bedroom. I'm telling you right now. This would be awesome. I quickly ducked back around the corner and listened, not wanting to disturb them if they were talking. Or other things.
Little, how dare she?
What?
My lady, please, calm down.
Wait, what was going on?
No, Saro, it is not all right. That selfish brat had the nerve to...
What? To tell the person that we love the truth? Damn.
Isair, please. I'm all right, I swear.
Oh shit, there was some sort of deal?
Stop talking and let me finish.
Diana's harsh tone echoed through the hall of the doorway before a soft sigh followed. I peered around the corner and watched as Diana ran her hand along Saro's cheek gingerly, tracing a mark on it with her fingers. Radiant purple light emanated from her hand as Diana glided it back and forth over Saro's skin. What, were you like jacking off his face? Saro, however, had a small smile painted over his lips. Yeah, she's jacking off his face. He's got a small smile painted over his lips as he watched her work. I didn't know angels had their WEENPIECE on their face, man. That's interesting.
Damn her to the deepest pits of hell.
Well, that's rude.
You're being too harsh, my lady.
Buskaya is being a selfish brat, Saro. I saved her from dying, and this is how she repays me? Ungrateful little...
Buskaye? That ain't my frickin' name. I didn't understand what was happening, but I could tell there was another woman involved, someone named Buskia. I'm just gonna call her that. Buskia. What was really odd was that Diana was acting strange. She was upset over something a girl did to Saro. It was kind of cute, but it was not what I expected from Diana.
You're being adorable right now.
Are you getting a boner? Diana suddenly stopped moving and looked up at Saro in surprise. A large blush splashed across her cheeks. Saro, growing bolder, I'm not even going to think about I'm not even going to tell you what I was thinking about. Saro, growing bolder, gently lifted a hand up between them and placed it under her chin, lifting her head slightly.
I promise that I'm all right. She barely scratched me.
Wait, is that the thing we've been seeing the whole game? Because that's a little bit more than a scratch. There's literally skin hanging from your chest, bro.
But she...
Loves her mistress very much, just like I do. She couldn't help it. I did try to surprise you after all. She was startled and wanted to protect you, just like I would have.
Diana grumbled, pressing her lips into a fine line as she stared down at her chest.
She still attacked you.
Which I'm sure she's very sorry for. Let it go.
Was she successful or something? Because Saro seems pretty badass. Like, who is this girl that potentially may have hurt this dude? Saro moved his hand to cup Diana's cheek, rubbing his thumb along her cheekbone. Now he's jacking her off. Diana closed her eyes but didn't lean into his hand, so he's not doing a very good job.
You know, you didn't yell at me for saying your name.
My priority was not correcting you.
You were concerned about me.
Yes, I was. Why wouldn't I be?
Saro frowned a bit as Diana opened her eyes and looked up at him, trying to appear unfazed at his teasing. However, the blush that still radiated from her face didn't lie.
Why are you concerned about me, Azair? You've protected me my whole life when it's my job to protect you.
I stole her line again.
You didn't correct me again.
Damn, he's on point with this. He drank his coffee this morning. Silence followed as Saro waited for her to answer. I was curious myself, especially since she seemed to not reciprocate Saro's feelings. Diana closed her eyes and took a small breath before finally replying.
I care about you, Saro. You've been by my side ever since we were mere children. Every time you've gotten hurt,
Oh. I watched in awe as Diana brought her hand up and ran her fingers along the scar on his chest between the lapels of his jacket. Saro stared as Diana traced around it, her face painted in sadness.
I know you vowed to protect me with your life, but that doesn't mean you must accept every wound on your body as insignificant.
Well then. Diana closed her eyes, forming a fist against Saro's chest and clenching it hard. The scar must have had some significance to make her that upset. I bit my lower lip. I was watching this unfold, unsure of what to do. Should I leave them be? Should I interrupt? I did have to train. I mean, I do have to train. She's kind of in my way right now. Let's interrupt this precious moment. No, we don't do that. No way. Let them finish. What are we, scrubs? We're not scrubs, right, guys? Let them finish. I didn't want to be rude. Whatever they had to settle, I needed to be patient. I stuck close to the wall behind me and listened further, peeking to barely see what was going on.
It still bothers me. I thought I was going to lose you that day.
But you stepped in.
I did. That was the day before you signed your life away to me. A stupid decision.
I stared wide-eyed as Saro cupped Diana's cheek and forced her to look up at him, making her grasp and meet his gaze in surprise.
Stop. I won't let you think that my decision was a mistake.
Diana closed her eyes and leaned her cheek ever so slightly against Saro's hand, making him visibly inhale a breath of surprise.
I don't think I will ever understand you. Even after all of these years, I still don't understand your devotion.
What are you, Steve? I mean, the previous game... No, last episode, Saro was the one that was being stupid. Now you're being stupid. Obviously you know why. Jeez, man. Diana let out a small sigh before stepping away and looking up at Saro with a serious expression.
I should go. The boys will be waiting for me to train them, and your student will be here soon.
Been here. Without letting Saro reply, Diana turned and walked towards the door. I stepped away from my hiding spot, not wanting Diana to know I was eavesdropping. As I came into her view, she froze for a second before continuing on out of the room and down the hall. Saro watched as she left, staring at the back of her head until really the back of her head, that's what you're staring at, until it vanished beyond the doorframe. I looked over and finally walked towards Saro, not wanting to interrupt his gaze with my presence.
She really can't see it.
I don't know how, bro. Like, Saro. Saro finally turned and looked at me with eyes drowned in hopelessness. It was almost heartbreaking to see his face so heavy and downtrodden. What, like a horse or something? He seemed to have completely confided in me with his new expression because I was positive that this was an emotion he hid very well from most everyone. Saro finally looked to the ground.
My lady doesn't understand love. She's always been told that love for her is impossible because of who she is, no matter how much she dreams of it. Because of that, she can't recognize it, even when it's standing right in front of her.
It's pretty sad, man. It's pretty sad, but I do need to train, so let's hop to it. No. There has to be a way. Don't say anything. I really want to choose the right route here. I mean, there's got to be a way, right? I mean, I'm assuming this is the positive one. This is the neutral one. Like, we don't really care what happens. And then, like, that's her loss, I'm assuming is going to be bad. So I want to say there has to be a way, but I'm going to save. There's got to be a way, dude. It was a matter of circumstance. She needed to see his love for her. If she was bred to accept that love didn't exist, then we needed to prove that what she knew was wrong. Saro looked up at me in surprise, a small glimmer of hope rekindling at my words.
You really think that she...
I know she can. I mean, look at me. I'm going to be married to the man I love. Surely love exists, even for demons. I watched with a smile as I saw happiness slowly seep back into Saro's expression. He couldn't give up on her. He would be able to show her his love somehow. After a brief moment, Saro let out a sigh, closing his eyes. He turned to me, and when he opened his eyes, my relentless trainer had appeared with a serious look on his face. Without having to say anything to me, he stepped back and summoned his spear. That was a fast turnaround. He placed a foot behind him and prepped himself into a stance. Wait, wasn't he going to materialize my weapons? How was I? Oh shit!
Run.
I'm just kidding. Saro suddenly charged me, making me screech and dodge out of my way. What was he doing? Saro!
What are you waiting for? Summon your weapons!
I ain't magic, dude. I'm just a girl. What? He wasn't being serious, right? He expected me to use magic? That was impossible. As I managed to duck and dodge his attacks, my fingertips began to tingle. Gross. Energy rushed through my veins. It's like, isn't that the sign of a heart attack? You might want to be a bit more careful. Energy rushed through my veins and under my skin, tickling my nerves. It was unnatural, but somehow I felt comfortable with it. Was this truly magic at work, or was I just nervous, not wanting to be skewered? Shit, try it, man. Fuck you. What do you got left to lose? I had to try. I jumped away from Saro and quickly closed my eyes, focusing on my hands. I needed my weapon. Within my hands formed two lavender orbs. Gross. Circling around my hands. They glistened before finally shifting and forming into the guitars I was used to, gripping it and feeling it physically in my hand. I smirked and turned back to Saro, bracing for another attack. Parry, shit! I couldn't help but smirk as I stepped forward and practically backhanded his spear with the gauntlet of my guitar, making it bounce away from my body and leaving his own open for an attack, but don't actually do it. Like I repeated memory, I attacked him, clashing my weapon with his multiple times. The chime of our weapons smashed against each other rang through the room, or smashing against each other, the sound almost piercing my mind. It wasn't a noise I was ever going to be used to. Like the last time, we trained for hours on end, stopping once or twice for a break. However, I could feel my body slowly getting used to the feel of swinging a weapon and defending myself. At least I would be prepared in case something were to happen. As the sun began to set and the purple sky began to darken, we stopped once again for a third and most likely final break. Saro stretched and let out a small yawn as I did the same. I think I'm getting used to this. A chuckle escaped Saro's throat as he rose from one of his stretches. What stopped both of us from laughing was an echoed conversation in the hall, softly reverberating into the room. Huh?
Are you sure? Another kingdom wants to join the rebellion?
Oh, who?
It would seem so. Diana isn't happy about it, though. Why not? The leader of that kingdom is so handsome!
Alright, calm down, Faye. Alright, don't get your wings in a bunch.
He was indeed. But an alliance through marriage?
Rabbit, don't make your ears too stiff there.
Oh, come on! You can't tell me I'm the only one who can see it! I can see them being a beautiful king and queen!
It's not all about looks, Faye. Jeez.
I don't think she will marry him, despite it being a wise choice.
Dang, what?
She would be stupid not to.
Damn, oh, why don't you do it then, shit?
Well, the last time she signed her life away to marriage, her entire family was killed off while she was away. I don't think she could ever let marriage control her again.
Damn, Saro must be like, man, my WEENPIECE is so limp right now.
I guess, man, the only person she has now is that guard.
Damn. Alright, I won't tell anybody, Saro. Okay, you can walk right past me, take that spear and shove it right up, you know where. I won't tell nobody, okay? I didn't see nothing, okay? I passed out. You hit me too hard, okay? That's the story we're gonna go with. My curiosity took hold of me and caused me to hug the wall near the door, listening in further. Saro, however, remained where he was, looking toward the ground. Oh, he's so sad, dude.
I wonder how they met. He's not an incubus, but he's mega powerful.
He is. Okay, I bet you that's not the only time. His battle skills aren't the only things he's got power in. Just saying.
He is indeed very skilled. I'm slightly jealous of her for having such a devoted guard.
Damn, talk louder, why don't you?
Devoted? He's crazy!
Look at
I've
him!
heard them talk in private before. He keeps saying that he's in love with her. Love!
Alright, you can ready your spear now, my dude, I'm just saying.
That is very odd. However, I wouldn't be surprised if her natural aura has affected him after years of servitude. I believe he's been with her since they were children, so that's over 100 years of protecting her and being close.
Yeah, he's probably just enthralled by her. She enthralls everyone she meets.
Did it happen to you? Because you seem pretty confident about that.
A pure-blooded succubus will do that. At least she's the only pure-blooded demon of Lilith in the world.
That we know of, at least.
Man, I feel so bad for Saro, man. Seriously, like that's like some heartbreaking stuff. They're talking mad shit behind his back, dude. Shit's about to be on World Star. The conversation trailed off as the pair moved away from the room, and I looked back at Saro, seeing him grip his spear and grit his teeth. He didn't seem to like what Rabbit and Faye had said, or had to say. I wouldn't either. Damn, Saro, you give her? Shit. Are you good? I'm saving. I don't want him to use his spear on me. Seriously, you okay, man? Saro looked up at me, a dull glaze over his eyes from the expression on his face. I could tell that he had heard the things like that before. Wow, really? But it still seemed to affect him emotionally. I frowned and walked over to him as he shook his head.
What they said about her marriage was true. When the Demon Lord's heirs left the demon world, my lady left to go after them. However, while she was gone, the Demon Lord attacked this castle.
Damn, that's fucked. I watched Saro grip his spear even tighter than before, shutting his eyes and turning his head away from me almost in shame.
The Demon Lord's henchmen, the imp demons who brought you here, infiltrated our defenses and were able to reach the heart of the castle, where my lady's parents and unborn baby sister were hiding. Through some form of blood magic, they were able to break through the protective barriers around the room and...
Hold on. Hold the phone. Wait, unborn baby sister? Wasn't there like a crown on the floor or something? They ripped the baby out of the womb, dude? That's fucked. He didn't need to explain. The heavy weight in my gut acknowledged what he was going to say before he could speak it. I looked to the floor, suddenly feeling very sorry for Diana. She lost her entire family while she had been in the human world, trying to save them. It was too cruel. Saro let out a shaky sigh before looking back up to me.
When my lady returned, she vowed to seek vengeance and destroy the Demon Lord's tyranny. She formed the rebellion, and now, here we are, readying ourselves for the final battle. Everyone only sees the hard-faced, cutthroat queen of the rebellion when they look at her, as if she were unable to love or care.
Damn. Saro's hand reached up for his collar, where a beautiful purple rose charm hung. His fingers ran over the surface as he smiled to himself.
However, Isaiah is still the sweet and innocent girl I grew up with. She's still the woman who saved me and protected me from a fate worse than death. I know deep down that the love I feel for her is pure and true. I vowed to protect her with my life, and I will forever stand by that promise.
Damn.
It's just difficult to hope that one day things may change, and that the one you love may turn around and say they love you in return.
Is there any way to prove your love for her, dude? Like, I'm saving. But seriously, that's what I would say. Saro didn't reply. He looked at me deep in thought before shaking his head. I thought I saw a glimmer of hope, but he rid himself of whatever thought he had been focusing on.
Never mind that. We need to focus. Let's continue.
Jeez. I nodded, taking up my weapon again and preparing for our final sparring match. Man! I slowly made my way into the room and sat back onto the bed, letting the rush of exhaustion run through me like a wave of water. I shut my eyes and fell back onto the mattress with a soft thud. We were a handful of days away and I wasn't sure how we were going to handle it, now that we were apparently being tested on top of it.
You have nothing to fear from me, child.
Fire eyes, man, flame eyes. What are you doing here again? You're always here after I'm like exhausted, all sweaty. You getting off on this, dude? I mean, your WEENPIECE must be mad toasty in that fire. I didn't even have the strength or care to sit back up. I let out a we're just laying on the bed like, shut up, fire eyes, jeez. I let out a sigh and continued to stare at the ceiling, greeting the voice in my head with a grimace. Why are you doing this? Why not just test him yourself?
One cannot be tested if they are not ready for the consequences.
Why are you talking so gross, man? You got a lot of breath in your voice. Flame eyes, what's up? That got me to sit up. I looked to the fireplace, remembering the dream I had of Sam being burnt alive. A shudder ran through my spine as the voice chuckled.
You know what will happen if he is not worthy of my power.
Can't we just not go into the cave? like you seem to reside within this cave. Like, can we just not go there? Like, shit. But why must he take it?
He wishes to kill the abomination demon lord, correct?
Diana did a damn good job of that, in case you don't know. You know, good old fire eyes. My anger flared. How is this being so high and mighty of himself? Diana and Saro seemed to respect him for his power, but if he was so powerful, then why wasn't he here himself testing Sam? The voice answered my thought.
I am bound to the dark.
See, just don't go.
I've always been for eons.
See? Don't go! Or bring a flashlight. Obviously, dude don't like light. Eons? What the hell's an isn't eons like... I mean, eons is a long-ass time, but I'm not sure the exact figure of what an eon is.
Yes, child. My kind and I have lived within the depths of the abyssal plains ever since the dawn of time, feeding off of the ashes of the dead and granting the world above us peace.
Okay, gross, first of all. Second of all, gross times two because he feeds off the ashes of the dead with no water? Fuck, man. That's like eating a bowl of nails with no milk. Peace. Was the being some kind of underground creature? Dude, it's probably the devil. I mean, come on. Like, let's be honest. He's in the flames, for Christ's sake. How was it able to communicate through fire then? Seriously, Lisa, you need help.
We are all powerful, child. Should we desire it, we could bring the world to its knees and drown it in endless flame.
Well, at least I wouldn't have a hard time cooking my marshmallow shit. From the power behind his voice, I could tell that he was telling the truth. A violent shiver ran up my spine as I imagined the castle and the land around us completely covered in flames. The voice, however, continued.
Fear not, however. We care little for the world above.
As long as you get your ashes, right? Then why get involved now with the Demon Lord?
The Demon Lord is a mad abomination undeserving of the power of the demon world. For what is to come, he must be eliminated.
What do you mean? What's to come?
Talking to the voice?
Why you gotta make it sound so bad? I'm trying to get some info here, Sam. Now watch, he's gonna dip out. Watch, now that you're here. What? Well then. You have no pet. What is that thing? What the? Okay, I'm not trying to laugh, but I'm hoping something grows from that because what the fuck? What is that? You like a Ken doll or something? I quickly looked to the door to see Sam staring at me intensely. What surprised me was that he was in demon form. I could only assume his glamour spell vanished from how much energy he had used in training. I nodded and looked to the fire. The voice was telling me about itself. It apparently lives beneath the demon world. I hoped that Sam knew what it was. However, whatever this thing was, it seemed to think of itself as the most powerful being in the world, which I couldn't verify if it was unknown to me. Sam, however, cocked an eyebrow.
So it's a dragon.
Somebody tell me I didn't just guess that. Tell me I didn't just... If that's I'm done. Okay? I'm literally done. I'm like sickic or something. Okay? Literally sickic. What's going on with that? Wait. That's what I'm thinking. Like, hold the phone here. Because, what? Let's hold the phone. What? I shot my head at Sam, both confused and thrown off at the answer. A dragon? A dragoon from Beyblade? A dragoon? When did that become part of the list of demons in the world? How were dragons even remotely related to demons? I mean, they seem pretty evil. I mean, come on now, think about it. Sam stared at my face and laughed before walking over and truffling. Don't tell me I just got all worked up for nothing.
What? You didn't think they were real?
No! I mean, anything's possible at this rate, but a dragoon? How is that possible? The voice in my head laughed at my surprise, but what shocked me was that Sam reacted as well to the laughter, looking around the room in shock.
The fuck?
He's here! Fire Eyes! I told you!
I am surprised that you know of what I am. Oh, Maurice.
We guessed it! Oh, of all the creatures in the world, dude, a dragon, we got it on the nail on the head, pretty much. Wow, dude. I mean, it's kind of obvious, though, because it's like, this. I mean, these days, if you think of like every dragon that's in movies these days, the stereotypical voice is hella deep, like packs a punch, and it's like, it like reverberates, you know what I mean? It's like powerful. But that's like the stereotypical dragon voice. You know, you see it in like Lord of the Rings, you see it in Skyrim, and all that stuff, so.
Call me Sam.
You choose to acknowledge your human name.
Yeah, I do. Got a problem with that?
You become more interesting to me every day that passes. Sam.
Ew. He's definitely getting off on this, like straight up. Like he was really interested in like our sweaty body when we came in, but then this dude shows up like this, and he's like, "Damn, I have horns too." He's getting into this. But yeah, I mean, he's like so uninterested. See this? Like, see his face?
Thanks. Why the fuck are you testing me?
Do you wish to kill the Demon Lord?
Well, now he's gonna go do it. I watched a flash of rage rush across Sam's eyes as he nodded, pinning his gaze to the fire before us and seeing the same eyes I had seen before appear within the flames.
Yeah, I do.
Then I will grant you my power.
No.
If you are worthy to take it.
Jeez.
What? If I'm worthy? What's that supposed to mean?
He's working you up, Sam. Stop it. Let's just not go into the cave. The voice ignored Sam and focused its attention on me.
Child, you should prepare for tomorrow. You will be tested as well.
Me? I stared into the fire, now slightly afraid of what test this thing had in store for me. Would it have Diana disguised herself as Sam? Could Diana even do that? Well, let's re-examine the evidence and then, you know, think about our answer. I didn't want to assume that it would use the same trick twice. The possibilities were endless. Oh my god, it's too funny. I shook my head and took a breath. I had to be strong and show it that it wasn't afraid, or that I wasn't afraid. Alright, I'll be ready.
Such confidence for a human.
Jeez. With that, the eyes vanished from the flames and Sam looked to me, wrapping an arm around my shoulders.
You alright?
Gucci. You know what? No, we're not okay. We just discovered dragons are real, okay? We just discovered you look like a Ken doll. We're not good. I mean, see, it's like, right? See what I mean? So we're not good, okay? I'm not okay. We were literally talking to Fire Eyes a second ago, so no. I was nervous. There was no way I could have been all right. I didn't know what was planned for me, what I was expected to do. I shook my head, looking to the ground. I don't know what it would want from me. Sam grimaced and wrapped his arm around me.
Hey, you'll be fine. I'm sure you can pass whatever it's planning, no problem.
I'm glad you have faith in me, dude. I nodded softly. I had to breathe. Everything would be okay. As I took a deep breath, I took a moment to take it in. To take in that Sam was still in demon form. I chuckled a bit and touched his horns, which I found hilarious as they protruded from the sides of his head like handlebars. I'm never going to get used to you in this form.
Huh? Oh, shit! I forgot to turn back. Sorry.
You don't look that much different, my dude. You just have horns and, pretty much body paint. I stared at Sam as he stepped back and looked down at his form in surprise. As he rubbed the back of his head, I could see the comfort he had in what was his true form. While it wasn't totally different from his human form, he still had horns and the incubus taint on his skin. Sam shook his head and began to charge his energy.
I'll change back.
Nah. Get comfy, my dude. Get comfy. Stop him. Sam was comfortable in that form. If he was exhausted, then he didn't have to use more energy to glamour himself. I held out my hand and walked over, placing it on his chest and stopping him.
Huh?
Don't worry about it. You don't have to. Sam stared for the longest time before smiling and nodding. That's gonna get so in the way when we try to sleep. You're gonna poke a hole right through these pillows, dude. I was happy to know that he was considerate enough to consider my feelings. But if he was happy in his true form, then I didn't mind sleeping beside it. Despite the danger, despite the fact that you could literally end up on like your dome piece in this, like seriously. As I looked at him though, a dangerous curiosity crept over me. I don't like where this is going. I had never really thought of making love to him in this form. In his human form, absolutely, but not with him as the demon he truly was. Would it be different than what I expected? Would it be exactly as I imagined? Do you just fantasize about this? Like, what do you want him to freaking do you with his horns or something? I bit my lower lip, letting the curiosity fester in my mind a bit.
Huh? What's with the look?
Well, here we go. I was going to stop it. I was thinking to myself, should I stop it again right before the sex scene? Because I honestly did think there was going to be a sex scene. I was thinking about stopping it. I'm not going to do that to you guys. I know you want to see it. I didn't notice the expression my face was making as I stared at Sam's body, causing me to jerk my gaze up into Sam's eyes and shake my head. Huh? No, nothing.
Nothing, huh?
Nothing. Sam slowly began to stalk towards me, forcing me to step back and eventually lean against the wall with him placing his arms on either side of my head. I was trapped and could only stare up at my captor.
I think you're staring at me and thinking bad things.
I'm just kidding. I felt my heart rush into my throat and silence me as I gazed. Wait, what? Your heart rushed into your throat? That ain't healthy. As I gazed into Sam's emerald eyes, which oh so slightly dilated in a small form of lust. Now I'd done it. What? Sam chuckled and leaned in close, touching his nose to mine.
So, you gonna tell me the truth?
Now hold on, Fire Eyes was just here. You sure you want to do this now? Like Fire Eyes can just appear at any moment. He could be in my mind while you're doing this. You comfortable with that, bro? Because I wouldn't be. Set him straight. Aren't these both like the same thing? Set him straight, take initiative? What the fuck what the hell are these two options? What does take initiative mean? And what does set him straight mean? Both of them sound kind of bossy. I'm going to save. Let's take initiative. I don't know. This sounds a bit better than set him straight. It sounds like a punishment. Apparently that was the right choice. Shit. Sam thought he had the upper hand. However, I knew how to make him go crazy. Wait, that wasn't even... I don't even think we had a choice. I leaned forward and locked lips with him, making him gasp against my mouth. I slyly wrapped my arms around his neck and pulled him close, letting him know that he was right and that he had better make good on my thoughts. Better not disappoint. Sam pushed forward, groaning softly and pinning me to the wall with his body. See, I'm telling you, these guys are going to thrust you through the wall. You gotta be careful. I felt my hands roam his skin. It was so strange. There was no difference in texture of Sam's green marks from his skin, almost as if the marks were part of his physical nude appearance. Obviously, like what the fuck? Still, I could feel the power Sam carried just from touch and passion alone. Sam was definitely strong, and he only reaffirmed my mental assessment as he gripped onto my hips and lifted me up higher on the wall and made me wrap my legs around him. Unconsciously, I gripped onto his horns, causing him to growl almost animalistically. You're getting thrusted through the wall, against my lips and make me gasp at the sound. I stared wide-eyed at Sam, seeing his eyes glow slightly. Did I hurt you, bruh?
No.
I became lost in his... What are your horns, like as sensitive as your WEENPIECE or something? I became lost in his eyes as he began to deeply enthrall me. The small ring of green around his lustful, blown pupils glowing gold as the spell took hold. What do you think? Starting to rap? I released a heavy moan before gripping his horns hard and pulling him back to me for a kiss. His kisses became eager and wild, like grabbing hold of his horns was a turn-on for him. I'm telling you, dude. It's probably as sensitive as his ween or some shit. Was it? Sam zipped us back to the bed with his inhuman speed and settled himself with me on his lap and him sitting back against the bedpost. Well, at least we're off the wall. His hands began to wander along my body, trying to control themselves from simply tearing through the fabric dividing us. Jesus. My own desire and need, I quickly forced myself away from Sam's lips and touched my nose to his, staring deep into his eyes as I began to undo every bit of clothing and strip them off of me before tossing them who knew where. Don't throw it into the fire. You're not going to have a shirt for tomorrow. Thankfully, he was already bare for me. Oh, that's right. That's right. We were just talking about this. So that was one less outfit in our way. As I finally became fully bare above him, Sam wrapped his hands around my waist and adjusted himself to kneel on his knees, me straddling over him. We didn't even need to play to know that this was going to be a rough ride. Probably. There doesn't seem to be anything down there. You're going to be bouncing on like freaking the pelvic bone. Well, we got to get a snapshot of that. What's this now? Oh my goodness. That's how you're going to go about this? Really? Those look sharp, girl. Enjoy yourself. I settled my hands back on Sam's horns, my lustful eyes burning into his as he guided me and smirked a toothy grin at me. He's going to eat us, dude.
You better hang on.
What? You going to push us through the roof if we don't? Shit. As my entire body became rushed with ecstasy, I couldn't stop the loud and wild moan from escaping my body or from my eyes rolling back in wild euphoria. My world rocked with waves and pulses of pleasure and desire. The room around us, the smell of sweat, gross. It all became irrelevant as I made hard love to the man beneath me, clinging to his horns like handlebars. Well, you're not going to ever think of riding a motorcycle the same way again, I'll tell you that right now. The harder we went, the louder we became. My vision was blurred in pure ecstasy, and I could feel, like, does he have a strap on or something? I didn't see what was going on down there. My vision was blurred in pure ecstasy, and I could feel nothing but the pleasure rushing through me and Sam's horns. Wait, but the pleasure rushing through me and Sam's horns within my grasp. Soon the entire room almost quaked at the sound of our passion. Jesus, he's going Super Saiyan. As we peaked, we released a simultaneous scream and howl of carnal euphoria. Jesus. Before wrapping our arms around each other and panting wildly, the sweat between us tingled with the heat in the air, making us shiver in each other's arms. Gross. I mean, in the moment, probably not, but reading it, gross. I was in utter bliss, and Sam soothed me and held me close as he very slowly tucked us beneath the sheets and held me close to him, allowing me to recover from the experience. Fucking demon style was definitely a new experience. We're ending it right there. We're gonna end it right there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go to the next scene. Hopefully I don't want to end up here again. Can we? Okay, never mind. We're gonna go a little further. I don't want this to be the first image that I see when I come back. I cuddled into Sam's embrace, nuzzling his chest and almost purring happily at the warmth that emanated from it. Sam kissed my head and chuckled.
You alright?
Yeah. I could only nod before feeling myself pass out. Sam followed soon after, both of us becoming lost in the dark void of slumber. Thank you. All right, so we are going to stop it right there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. That was quite an interesting episode. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that happened. Again, a massive amount of differences, which I honestly is refreshing to me, because in the first game there were a good amount of differences, but I felt like the story was kind of similar to a certain extent. But here, it does seem to differ quite significantly, so that's nice. I really can't wait to see what happens in terms of the other guys' storylines as well, but of course we're still on Sam. We still have yet to do that. Again, I didn't mention the giveaway this time around, so I do apologize for that, but if you want to enter the giveaway, you got to drop a comment down below saying I want to enter the giveaway. If you're re-entering, you can re-enter one time per new video. Say I want to re-enter the giveaway. And basically, if you do win, make sure you have your Google Plus settings squared away where you can actually accept incoming messages. I will get your code to you one way or the other, but that's the easiest way to do it. And so on and so forth. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely make sure you rate the video what you think it deserved. And if you did enjoy, please consider sharing the video as well. That kind of stuff really helps me out a lot, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or any social media really, or even word of mouth with your friends. That's really awesome too. Of course, it directly helps me as well as the entire community and is greatly appreciated. So with that being said, if you want to become a sage in training, make sure you subscribe today. And as always, this has been Mr. Bazy, your favorite sage, and I'll see you in the next video.